Hey everyone, so I just picked up this Madjax Series X Gen 2 this week, and after scouring the web and Facebook groups for how-tos and some help with a couple of the modifications I was looking to do, I just did a few of them today, and so figured to make everybody else's life a little easier. Figured I would take a quick video and show you all how to do it. So again, this is Gen 2. First thing that I wanted to do was get some extra light in the front. So I saw on a Facebook group somebody put a light bar up. I bought the same light bar, and I'll share the link in the description. But basically, this is what I installed here. It is a light bar. Again, I'll share the link. I forget the name of the brand, but it fits perfect. Like the curvature of the roof is almost perfect. And in addition, there's already screws up here that hold the roof right here onto, or the screws that hold the roof onto the aluminum rails underneath. They are literally in the perfect location. So I mounted directly to both, just added a little bit of a washer here. These screws are in there pretty good. So between here and then on the other side, same exact deal. So here's what it looks like right now. It's really nice. It doesn't go up too high above the roof, but it gives a ton of light, and I'll show you that in a second. So what I did, just to make it as easy as possible, is I just drilled a hole here. Perfect size hole, so it's actually probably even going to be watertight because it's really tight in there, but right through the bottom. What that did is it came right out here. And from there, I just wired it through here and made a connection over here. Just threw a little bit of, used crimp connectors, but then I added a little bit of electrical tape just to make sure everything was sealed. But essentially the wire's up there, and then goes down through a hole. So right here where my finger is, there's a hole, and that hole is where the backup camera lighting goes into. So it actually comes up this direction, and this is it here. So what I did was for the light bar is put the same wires here. They go all the way down here. Now in order to get them through here, through the through this rail here, it's kind of tight with these screws on. So I actually removed the screws from here, removed the screws here, and this one here, and then loosened up this one and this one. And so when I did that, it gave me a little bit of flexibility. Now, the wire for the reverse light actually comes down to this bottom one, and so this is already going to be here, and it goes through here. It's really, really tight. So with that washer or that spacer there, it actually presses up against the wire, and my wire was like actually cut through. So what I did was when this was all loose, I just took a Dremel and just extended it just a little bit, just to give the wire a little bit more room. Once that wire comes out here, once it went through there, there's a liner, so it's really hard to get into. But there is a liner here, and you can probably see right here, there's like a triangle space. So the wire is behind the liner, goes into this triangle, and if you put it into that triangle, it actually comes out right behind the screen. So I don't know if you guys know, but the screen just pops out. Whoop. It just pops out just like that with these clips. And so behind there, you have a whole bunch of wires. And one of the wires, you'll see, looks like this. They're actually loose. Mine was very difficult to find. They were in there, so I cut a couple zip ties just to get access to more of it, and then you found them. And this is the wiring that Madjax supplies for the fog lights. So there's the first and the second position. So you could actually do two different lights, and those are these right here. So this one here, the first position, second. So those are actually, I just did it to the first. So what happens is when you do the first, when you put it on the second, the same thing happens. So it basically stays on. So I thought that was easier for me, so I can go one or two, and it essentially does the same thing. If I ever decide to do something different, I can always do that. But so I wired that directly into this wire, again with connectors there, and then just shrink wrapped them, or electrical taped them. So then there's a second position also available. So that is that. So pretty easy. The hardest part was Hardest part was just finding those wires, because they weren't just out in the open. They were like in a just a cocoon of wires that were zip tied together. So now that that's there, that runs directly to that light, and it controls this. So I'll show you guys what this looks like. So now, when you turn the key, because that is a keyed switch, so it won't work unless the key's on, but you turn the key on and you turn this, it's like night and day, literally. So as you can see here, super, super bright, especially compared to the stock headlights. We took it outside today for the first time in the dark, and it was a huge difference. So my neighborhood's kind of dark. I figured with these carts, you know, isn't going to hurt to have a little bit more light. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I mean, honestly, it almost looks factory. You know, I thought about putting one over here, actually a smaller one. A lot of people do, but I didn't want to drill in here. I didn't want to cover up this grill and logo. And I also figured that this one was going to be a lot brighter, being twice the size. So pretty happy with it, guys. Pretty easy project. And yeah, I hope this helps somebody, you know, figure out how to wire that. I've got a couple other projects I'll post videos on soon, but that's just the first one. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.